Oh my God. Oh my God. So many new things have happened since I've last talking to you. I just want to clarify, this is not a drama channel. This is very much my visual podcast, my video podcast. I'm About It, where I talk about the things that I'm about for the week. I've been posting quite a bit because there are things that have been occupying my mind. These days have been TV, pop culture, specifically It Ends With Us, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni. There are so many things and a couple of questions that I will be answering in this video, like, will there be a sequel of It Ends With Us? Will Justin Baldoni be recasted? Has there been a comment about the whole backlash of the movie and Blake Lively? And has Blake Lively responded? So we are going to talk about that. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes, so do bear with me. Brandon Sklenar? Brandon Sklenar, so the guy who plays Ryle in the movie, basically the guy who committed DV in the movie, domestic violence and domestic abuse, to Lily Blossom Bloom. And so we're going to talk about his response. He dropped a letter on Instagram, it's not really a long one, but who drops like a whole letter on Instagram these days? And he talks about his perspective and his response on this entire thing and how we think we should perceive him in the movie. I'm gonna preface this by saying I've read the letter several times. I think it's a huge slap in the face to survivors of DV, to women, and to viewers and to consumers. I think it's really, really insulting. So we're just gonna pull up the letter because I do think it's really weird. So he starts by saying, "Hey everyone, I wanted to take a minute and address all this stuff online. Colleen and the women of the cast stand for hope, perseverance, and for women choosing a better life for themselves." Obviously, we all want that. Every single woman wants that. And we know that you guys want that because you've been saying that throughout the tour. This vague statement of like hope and better future. Vilifying the women who put so much of their heart and soul into making this film because they believe so strongly in its message seems counterproductive and detracts from what this film is about. Vilifying the women who put so much of their heart and soul into this film because they believe so strongly in its message. So we're vilifying them because they believe so strongly. What is the message? The message, like, what does it mean? Like, what does it mean to have hope and perseverance? These are just obvious things. So Brandon is saying that we are vilifying the women because they have a strong message. Their message isn't strong. Their message is vague. Not strong, not clear. So he goes on and said, it is, in fact, the opposite of the point. What may or may not have happened behind the scenes. What has happened, Brendan? Let us know. What has happened? So are you saying that something has happened? Because he said may or may not. Something did happen. What may or may not have happened behind the scenes does not and hopefully should not detract from what our intentions were in making this film. It's being disheartening to see the amount of negativity being projected online. Projected. By using the word projected, I do feel like you're basically saying that we're projecting our own feelings onto people. In fact, it's not really projection. We're actually responding to what we're seeing. So I would understand that if the hate that this film or some of the co-stars, the leads that are getting in this movie are not based in merit, but they are, right? How you guys handled the film has been disastrous for survivors of DV. So it's not projection. We're giving our criticism based on what we're seeing, right? Someone very close to me, and this is where I have a huge issue with all of this. Ready? Someone very close to me has been struggling with a relationship that has mirrored Lily's closely. I feel a responsibility to bring this to life and help spread that message further. Prior to my involvement in this film, she had not heard of the book. It was only that she read it. She credits Colleen's book and subsequently this film with saving her life. Why are you now saying that? Why couldn't you say that? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if he has talked about specifically his friends or family members also experiencing DV in the press tour. Not only has he been nodding and smiling and being silent and going along with whatever Blake Lively and Sony has going on for the press tour, he has never talked about this. I could be wrong. Maybe there have been private individual interviews that haven't gone viral that I haven't seen where he has opened up about this stuff. But I do feel like by putting this in here, it's kind of strategic. I'm thank God that she has this movie and this book to help her realize what she needs to do for her life and to help her get out of a very difficult situation. That's great. But at the end of the day, why are you now saying it now? Which makes me believe you're saying it strategically. Which I'll talk about strategic aspect of this. He continues to say, trust me when I tell you there isn't a single person involved in making of this film that was not aware of the responsibility we had in making this. That's great. That's great. We know that. That is amazing that you guys are aware. But according to the press tour, according to what we see with our own two eyes, we can't go into your brain. We can't go into your brain. We don't know what you're thinking, where you were about to think, where you wanted to think. We don't know. We don't know your intentions unless it's actually shown to us and verbalized to us. To say that, believe me, these were intentions, well, your belief and what we're seeing do not add up. Proof is in the pudding, and the proof is quite big and quite clear. Okay. A responsibility to all the women who have experienced generational trauma, domestic abuse, or struggle with looking in the mirror and loving who they see. This movie is a harsh reality check for the men who need to get their shit together and take responsibility for themselves and their actions. Again, that's great. That's amazing. That's amazing. These are all the words that Justin Baldoni has been saying throughout his press tour. This is what he wanted people to take from the movie, to view this movie moving forward in their lives after watching the movie. The movie has come and gone. Like, I do honestly believe not a lot of people will see this movie after the first few weeks. I'm going to be really honest. Because of the press tour. Because of the rumors. Because of people's reviews of them. Okay? I really wish you talked about it in the press tour, in the viral press clips and interviews and all the skits y'all been doing, Ryan Reynolds. Where was this? Because Justin Baldoni has been upfront about this from the beginning. This film is meant to inspire. Okay. It's meant to validate and recognize. Cool. It's meant to instill hope. It's meant to build courage and help people feel less alone. Ultimately, it's meant to spread love and awareness. It is not meant to once again make the woman the bad guy. Let's move beyond that together. The woman, W-O-M-E-N, so women, so plural. So are you talking about Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover? Okay. So no one's making them the bad guy per se, but a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about how you guys did the press tour and how you guys didn't amplify voices of the survivors and Like, that's what we're talking about. Your intentions are great and all. That's great. You wanted to spread awareness, but we don't, like, actions speak louder than words. Because who is the bad guy? Maybe it is Sony. Maybe Sony told Blake Lively, which I do not believe. Maybe that's the case, but I do not think Blake Lively listens to anybody but herself. It's not a bad thing, but it's like she's a very confident woman. Even if Sony may be telling her and others to do this, there's clearly a bad guy. I don't know what to tell you. And who is it? It's, you guys are part of this. You guys are part of the there's no other person part of the press over you guys and Sony. And we are moving on together because we're done with the drama. Look, we're done with everything. That's why we're moving on. We're moving on because we're done. All I ask is that before you spread hate on the internet, hate. Ask yourself, who is it helping? Everybody who wants to go see the movie. That's who it's helping. Because there are people who actually experience DV, okay? And did not know they're about to go see a movie about DV and were triggered and re-traumatized 10 times folds. So we are doing this to spread awareness about what this movie markets itself to be, and what it actually is. I saw a TikTok about a young man, a racialized young man. He said his young sister, who experienced domestic violence, DV, went to go see the movie. She was at the movie theaters. I think I said this already. And she called him, be like, hey, they were just chatting. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to the movies. And he goes, where are you going to go see? She said, I'm going to go see It Ends With Us. And he goes, no. You can't go see that movie. You need to come home. It's about DV. The reason why he said that, because if she would have saw it, she would have lost her mind. Like, she would have been re-traumatized and triggered about the very serious stuff that she dealt with in her past with DV. So now he made a TikTok and he said that she went to go see it, but she's seeing it with her mom, their mom. She asked to see it with somebody. And there are a lot of people who came out and be like, I really wish you guys did a trigger warning and said, hey, this is what the movie is going to be about. Just letting you know. Because a lot of people, apparently, even some influencers are like, oh, I went to go see the movie, and there are people who are gasping at some of the horrific scenes in the movie because a lot of people did not know that that's what's going to happen. Anyways, so it's not really hate. It's more like spreading awareness about a movie that you guys didn't, like, spreading the actual message of the movie that you guys didn't actually spread. So people are warning and people about the movie before they go see it, and then telling other people that if you are about to do what Blake Lively and Sony and It Ends With Us did, do not do it again, because we do not appreciate it as a consumer. As an avid consumer, as an avid movie watcher, we do not like this. We do not like being bamboozled because we're smart consumers. We're not dumb. Or if you simply want to be a part of something, let's be a part of something better together. And what is that? Like, what is the thing that we're supposed to be a part of? Like, let me know, because I don't want to be part of y'all promotion. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's very tone deaf, very disrespectful to the survivors, and very insulting to consumers. A part of a new story being written for women and all people everywhere. Listen, this is some of the most, it is honestly some of the most, I think people honestly do think that consumers are stupid. I think in 2024, like, you can say and do whatever you want, and then people just believe it. People still not get it, that we're not stupid people, right? we all know that it's really important to have perseverance and to have hope and to choose, obviously, women and everybody to choose a better life for themselves. But when there's DV, it's easier said than done to be like, oh, let me choose a better life for themselves. And that's why there's also criticism about the ending of the movie. Because in real life, I do not think Ryle would have walked outside of that hospital room and be like, yeah, you're right. I don't know what spell you have on me, but I've just clicked. That sentence just made me click and, I should leave you. That does not happen. It does not happen. So for you to say that women should just choose a better life, it's not that easy. Oh, my lip gloss. For anybody who cares, it's like Emmy Cole. Random, I know. Sorry. It's not that easy. It's not. Like, everybody who knows anything about DV, you can't just walk away. A lot of the times, there's no such thing as just walking away. And I've been listening to a lot of people's TikToks and comments in articles talking about how it's actually so dangerous to open your mouth and to say to your abusive partner in a very vulnerable place like the hospital with your child and say, hey, I'm going to divorce you. Because we don't know what that person would have done in real life. Like, it's not easy to leave your abusive partner. So the ending has criticism itself. So to me, I find this statement from Brendan Sklenar very insulting, very rude, very disrespectful. It's still a bit tone deaf. It still doesn't, they don't get it. They need to get a chapter from Justin Baldoni's page. You know what I mean? Sit down and listen to people who've experienced it. Apparently, he's using his friend's story of DV in his letter, which is really weird. I'm sorry, it is really weird. It's really weird, y'all. Like, I don't know what to say. But I will digress and to say that's what he said. All this drama and the criticism of the movie and the promotion has really helped the movie. It surpassed now over $200 million worldwide. It was made with only $25 million. I do not think people will continue to watch this movie because of how it's being promoted. The question of if Justin Baldoni going to be doing the sequel. Justin Baldoni and Wayfair. So Justin Baldoni owns a production company named Wayfair. He owns the rights of the book It Ends With Us. And he also owns the sequel as well. I don't know how that works. The rights to the sequel. So the opportunity to make the movie is in the production's hands because the movie rights belong to them. If Justin Baldoni wants to continue to replay his role as Ryle, he can continue to do that. Maybe they can hire a different director. Sorry, y'all, I'm moving the gloss away. But Sony, who is distributing, I believe, the movie, released a statement saying like they love working with Blake, we want to make 12 movies with her, but nothing about Justin Baldoni. So I don't know the relationship between Justin Baldoni, Wayfair, and Sony. Blake could say, no, I do not want to be playing, Lily anymore, especially after the backlash of the promotion, the backlash of like some of the interviews that has gone viral from the past, and also the backlash of the fact that she started and launched a hair care brand with notes of the movie intertwined. Like there's florals and there's flowers. It was really weird. And she's also talking about also her Betty Boos. It's all really weird. So we don't even know. All we do know is it is up to Wayfair. Wayfair does own the rights to the movie. Justin has pretty much said that he's not going to direct. He already released that statement to the world. He's not going to direct. In fact, he thinks that Blake Lively should direct. So we don't know if Justin's going to be coming back to play his role. We don't know if he's going to direct. We don't know if he still has the rights to the movie. He can sell the rights to the movie to somebody else. And then you have the fact that, I mean, you have a lot of people coming out and talking about their personal experience with Blake Lively, with Justin Baldoni, and people are just not okay with it. People do not like the promotion. The reviews for the movie is about 60%, so people either really like it or really hate it, or they're like, it's okay. Another thing to keep in mind as well, I've heard that the journalist Kristen Stewart, who released an interview on YouTube talking about the little bump, Blake Lively's little bump, and then Blake Lively made like a recount, but like, oh, your little bump, and she's actually infertile, like actually so absolutely insane to say. And I would be, if I was Blake Lively, I would be absolutely distraught and feel horrible at the fact that I poked at a person. But who knows, like maybe they have history that we don't know about. I don't know, because it's really weird for Blake to just come on and be like, and just be acting like a straight up high school mean girl. It was really weird. But anyways, the girl, the journalist has now making money off of this entire thing by making t-shirts, saying hashtag little bump on the t-shirts, selling them on Etsy. They're anti-bullying merchandise, and I don't know what to feel about that. I really wish she wasn't doing that, to not feed into her haters who are saying that she just wants to jump on the hate train. That may or may not be true, but I really wish she wasn't doing that. I don't know. But she is doing that, which I think is really weird, and she's making money off of it. I do not think Blake Lively will come out and apologize. In fact, there are rumors about her maybe not coming back to Hollywood and going back to, taking a break from Hollywood and just, being on a farm somewhere, like ballerina farm. But I'm pretty sure she's also coming out with a movie, Simple Favor 2, I'm pretty sure. So I don't really understand how that's gonna happen. Here's my prediction of what's gonna happen. It ends with us will not go past $200 million worldwide. Number one. Number two, Blake Lively will probably not do an interview ever again in the next foreseeable future. She'll be on the red carpet, but not be doing an interview. Number three, she will never apologize for anything. For the plantation wedding, for the little bump comment, for the tone deaf promotion of the movie, she would not apologize. And she's going to have to clarify with the Hollywood friends as to why her husband is intertwined with some of her projects, which I think it's like a little weird. Apparently, the writer of the movie, who wrote the entire movie, did not know Ryan Reynolds wrote the rooftop scene. But apparently, according to the writer of the movie, she said that some of the scenes may have been improvised. So if the improvisation came from Ryan, cool, that's awesome. But I know that if I were her, I would have been like, oh my God, that's really rude and weird for a co-star's husband who has nothing to do with the film to be writing. However, it's it's Ryan Reynolds, so she might be like, oh my God, I can't believe a star wrote part of my scene. She might just be happy the fact that somebody touched her work. But I think she'd be even more happy and feel like she feels, respected if it was a person who's actually, have lots of experience in writing. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds have any experience in writing. Does anybody know? I don't think he's wrote anything. I think he maybe produced and directed it. I don't think he wrote. I could be wrong. Let me know if any of you guys are Ryan Reynolds fans. It's highly fascinating. This will be my last video about Blake Lively. It ends with the Justin Baldoni drama. I do think Justin Baldoni is going to go on and do great things. I think he hired an amazing PR agency because they're doing a great job. I don't know. And here's the thing too. I could be wrong. I don't think we knew when Justin hired the PR agency. The one that Johnny Depp used. I'm pretty sure that because based off of TikTok and everything that we're seeing, I really think that he hired them just on the beginning of the promotion of the movie, just to curtail any type of, rumors, anything said about him and his production company. I don't think it was just in the last couple of weeks. I think he's hired them since July. I think people are just having a wind of it. And I think that's why his PR is so good. I also do think, too, whoever's telling Blake Lively to not apologize, she should fire them. Again, we live in a world where people do not understand. We live in a world, 2024, where consumers are craving and are only connected and will connect to something that is real, something that is authentic, something that is truly you. If you is that selfish mean girl, okay, cool. Show yourself, own it. If you is not that selfish mean girl, okay, come out, show yourself, clarify, own it. We as consumers are smart. We can no longer be bamboozled, and we are craving some authenticity, realness. So I really hope Blake does apologize, because if so, we, the world, will look at you differently. Maybe your personal friends and your family and your co-stars may not. May honestly not. Maybe they know the real you, and maybe the world will never know the real you. But as fans of you, as fans of your past work or some of your work, of fans who may have liked what, fans of your choice of fashion and clothes, and you need to come into yourself for the world and show who you are. And then we will decide if we can support you or not. That's all I'm going to say. I'm doing good, if anybody's asking. No, I don't know one's asking, but yes, I am doing great. I'm tired. Does anybody have like a caffeine addiction? Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm obsessed with caffeine. I am obsessed with coffee. I love the taste of coffee. I'm also obsessed with caffeine. So if I stop drinking it, I act like a fish who's out of water. I'm like gasping for air. Or in a fetal position, sleeping I'm acting like I've never slept in my entire life. I don't know what in the world. I think my body's like really weird with metabolizing caffeine. And it's not just like, I'm just, I've been drinking coffee every single day for years. No, I'm just started drinking coffee 2 weeks ago, drinking cup a day. The 13th day, my body does not want to take it. My body does anybody relate to that? Let me know in the comments. I need somebody who understands what I'm going through. So also I'm quite tired because I'm weaning myself off of coffee after a 2-week bender of drinking caffeine. And then tomorrow I won't be on coffee because I know my body won't take it. If I drink it now, tomorrow, what ends up happening to my body, I get huge headaches and get really tired. I get the opposite effect of what caffeine is supposed to be doing to your body, which I think I did a quick Google search and they told me that because you have too much caffeine in your body, so it does the opposite effect. I don't know, y'all. Anybody, y'all doctors, let me know. Caffeine experts, let me know. And I also think this is why I haven't been drinking a lot of water. But yeah, this has been fun, and I am watching Love is Blind UK, so you guys will be getting a video off of on that. I'm really excited for that. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Stay woke and stay healthy, stay safe. Please do subscribe and like these videos. I really would appreciate it. Bye.